So have you ever been watching YouTube and you see somebody who's playing VR and they're getting this awesome footage on their streams and it looks something like this? But then you say to yourself, oh man, they're playing with the Vive, they're playing with the Rift, man, but all you have is this right here. Man, well, let me tell you, you're in luck because it can be done with the Windows Mixed Reality headset. And since I haven't seen many tutorials out there describing Windows Mixed Reality and how to do that, get that to work with LIV, that's what we're here to do today. So stick around and stay with me.
Alright, so this video I will assume that you already have Steam working, you already have Steam VR installed, and you already have your Windows Mixed Reality working with Steam VR. So from here we're going to download the LIV client. You just want to open up your Steam store, go to LIV in the search window. So it should be the first one on top. You can see it's already in my library right here. Once it's in your library, you just open it up, and you're going to come up with this little box here. If at any point you have any questions, you can always open the guide. That's a good question, a good thing to know. And also right here, you can join the Discord and ask people live things up. But anyway, so from here, you're going to want to install the virtual camera driver. So go ahead and hit the install. Mine's already installed, so it's grayed out.
Here we've closed LIV. We're going to reopen it. First, we're going to open the Windows Mixed Reality for Steam VR portal. What we're trying to do here is just making sure everything is tracking so far. So right now we have our headset. Okay, there we are. So we have both our controllers are tracking, but right here you'll see if the virtual camera is installed, you'll have these two icons. This is a LIV, like a Vive tracker, and this is for if you want to use an extra controller as a tracker, it'll come up as an extra controller once you launch LIV. So from here we're going to launch LIV and we're going to launch the compositor, and it should highlight this LIV controller. Yes, so that's what we want to see. So I think from what I understand, you have to close everything and reopen it after you launch the compositor the first time, just to get the virtual controller working correctly.
Alright, so from here what we want to do is we want to clear out a space and set up our green screen. So anyway, so now you see I've got LIV open, and after I've closed OBS and then I have reopened LIV, you can see that I have my camera here. And I don't think initially when you first start you won't have a black screen like this, but because I've already set up my camera, I will off the bat. So what you want to do is you want to go under camera. You're going to select a profile. You can name it whatever you want. You're going to add that. You want it to be under a static virtual camera. So that means that the camera right here that we're using to film from is static. It's not moving. And you're going to edit. This is the same menu that will pop up. So I'm just selecting my device. I'm going to stream or I'm going to record at 720p. And save that. Now if you want to change like the contrast or anything, you can go under camera settings. You're going to go to calibration. Our calibration. So I'm going to try to have this displaying both the Windows Mixed Reality down here in the corner. I'm going to hit the start calibration button, and then I'm going to put the headset on. Alright, so now it says you can calibrate inside of your HMD. So now I got my Samsung Odyssey on. This first marker, I press the trigger to start the calibration process. Once you see this big red X, you'll know that it's starting. And then what you want to do is I think the important thing here is just to be consistent on where you're putting the center of the X. I'm almost going to touch my camera. You don't want to move it, so be careful, but you want to touch your camera right on the right finger trigger, pointing straight at it. So about right there. Okay. So now if you look at my Windows Mixed Reality view, like if you're looking from inside of my headset in the bottom right of your screen, you'll see that now I have a camera here. Okay, so that's showing me where I'm going, and it gives me a little measuring tool. So now from here, I'm going to back all the way up to almost touching my play space and right in my play space, and I'm keeping both my controllers in my vision when I do this process so that I don't lose any tracking and it will mess up the calibration. So I'm keeping my hand in that same position. Both my controllers are in the vision of the headset, and then right trigger, boom, shoot it. Okay, so now we'll just do that same. Got both my controllers in my vision. Boom. Okay, so now you should see this. You look down, I have controllers overlapping my controllers, but they're not quite perfect. But in my headset vision in the bottom right, you'll see I have a position, and I'm going to start here. The rotation looks pretty good. Everything seems to be good. And I'm going to adjust my x-axis. I can move my x-axis this way and my y-axis this way, but you can sit there and tweak this for like a really long time. You can play with these settings. You can change the rotation. The key thing that you're going to want to get is the latency. So right here I'm at 90 milliseconds, which is almost perfect. You can see as I move fast, it moves fast. Oh no! And that's another thing. My kids just moved the camera. So after readjusting my camera and getting things calibrated, you can see I almost got these identically lined up. And it's good to know that as they're close, they're lined up. And then as you back up, they're still lined up. Superimposing, that's what you want. So the latency, there's a little bit of latency, but I'm not going to worry about that. You can tweak it to get it really precise and get some really solid footage out of it. So hit save. From here, it's going to say you have your new calibration was imported. Great. Hit OK. You're going to crop your edges if you want. So right now I just have this huge right edge, so I'm going to crop. Increase my edge, crop in. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. So boom, there it is. All right, so the keying is talking about the color. It defaults as the green screen, but the smoothness and the threshold is what you want to kind of tweak. So if I take some of that away, you can see there's plenty of like wrinkles in my green screen. And I think that if you have it kind of like wrinkly, but delete it with the threshold, then what you'll find is that you'll still track well in the with the Windows Mixed Reality headsets. So just keep that in mind with my tracking. I'll just have fancy pants. Yeah. Look at those fancy pants. It's fun playing with the green screen. Sorry. Under calibration, you can zoom. So say that this is where how much game is going to be surrounding you. So I can zoom way out to where I'm only, when the game is viewing, I'm just going to be this tiny little person inside a huge world. So I like to kind of zoom out just a little bit. I have a little bit of legs being cut off, but it's all right. And I'll save that. All right, and the last step, you're just going to go to capture. And you're going to go to auto, and it tells you the games pretty much that will work for you. And you just select it from there. So we're going to go to Beat Saber, target resolution, 720. And we'll launch that. So now you can see me up in the corner now. I am in the game. You're going to want OpenVR installed. You want to go to OpenVR settings, the advanced settings. You can go to your play space, and you can rotate it based on wherever you want to play. So, yeah. I think that's probably be about where I'd want it. So I'll press any button to continue, and hopefully this will be good for you. Ooh, yeah.
All right, so from there, that's pretty much it. I mean, all you have to do is just capture the using OBS or any other streaming software, you can capture the LIV output that's in the corner and stream it or record it and make your own videos. But that's it. If you have any questions or anything else I can help with, please leave a comment below, and have a great day. Thank you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?